Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is October 21st. Lisa, Lydia, Scott here with you this morning, getting ready for a gorgeous day.
Yes.
We'll get that forecast in a moment. But of course, we always like to start by reminding you, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning, right around this time, but it stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you. We also make it into a podcast. You can find that at inform.com/podcast. Just look for the Inform Minute.
All right, today, I don't want to say it's going to be the last day
I
like
know.
this, but it might be.
It's hard to say something so definitive like
Yeah.
that, but when it's late October. Like,
Right.
we're
Yep.
living on borrowed time when it comes to 70s, and I'm forecasting 79 today in Fargo, which means 80 is within reach.
Yeah.
Some spots in southeastern North Dakota could easily hit 80 degrees today. If we get more time with the sun and less time with the clouds, and it all just happens right at peak heating, we could easily manage
Okay.
80 today. The record is like 87, I want to say off the top of my head. So I'm not looking at record territory, but warm nonetheless,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a good
for
20
sure.
degrees above average. And this does kind of look to be the last of it. The rest of your 10 days filled with 50s and 60s. Very seasonable,
Yeah.
very normal for the last 10 days
Mm-hmm.
of October. So with that today, wind out of the south 5 to 15, partly cloudy sky, comfortable, low humidity, all that good jazz. So
Sweet.
do something outside. I mean, even if you just like run to the mailbox, you have to do something outside today. Tomorrow then 64, which is not terribly chilly, no, but it comes with clouds, a chance at rain, especially for areas up north, and really strong winds. Out of the northwest, 15 to 30, gusting 35 to maybe even 40 miles an hour once we're on the other side of that cold front. That keeps us awfully chilly for Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm forecasting 52 for a high on Wednesday, which means we'll spend most of the day in the 40s. Some spots up north will only be in the 40s
Okay.
for Wednesday
Yeah,
highs.
it's chilly.
And then we'll just kind of bounce between the 50s and the 60s to finish out the 10-day with a couple more chances of rain. One of those again being on Thursday. That one looks to be better to the south, so maybe even Fargo getting in on a little rain by Thursday. Much more October, kind of the gloomy fall, windy fall vibe. Today, more like September.
Okay.
Early September,
Yeah.
70s to near 80 degrees. So enjoy it. Soak it all up.
Get out there
Bottle
while
it
you
up.
can.
Yes, exactly. That's all.
Okay, thanks, Lydia.
Thanks.
All right, you're tracking some breaking news right now.
Yeah, we just got some news into the newsroom here. There's a car accident. It's blocking traffic in Moorhead. We have a crew on the scene right now kind of getting more details, but here's what we know so far. It's at the intersection of Main Avenue Southeast and 12th Avenue South in Moorhead. We know at least 2 cars were involved. They both have significant damage. There might be a 3rd car involved, but we haven't confirmed that just yet. It sounds like if it was, that one's not as damaged. We do have a photographer on the scene. He tells us that there's some fluids leaking from one of the cars onto the road. Traffic is currently blocked off. There's police there kind of directing things, that kind of thing. Well, they clean up things. They said there's a tow truck on the scene now, so assumedly they're going to be getting those cars out of here at some point. But we are still working to find out exactly what happened, when those roads will be back open fully, and if there's any injuries. So stick with us for updates on that story.
This morning, a man is in the Clay County Jail on burglary charges. He is accused of breaking into a Moorhead car dealership. We reached out to Moorhead Police. They tell us 29-year-old Destin Jefferson entered the Muscatel Subaru after hours. That happened right around midnight.
A Horace man is facing a DUI charge. The North Dakota Highway Patrol tells us the crash happened just before midnight at I-29 South at the 94 junction. 32-year-old Jordan Witchman drove into the ditch, through a fence, into a parking lot, and then into a field that was next to it. The field was a construction site with a large dirt pile in it, so he drove up the hill. The car vaulted, finally came to a stop when he landed. Witchman was arrested for a drug-related DUI, but he was not hurt.
Meanwhile, a 3-vehicle crash in Sargent County, quite the mess. It happened just before 8 Sunday night on Highway 13, just a few miles east of Milner. This is what we've learned so far. A Nissan going west drove into the oncoming lane to pass another vehicle. A Toyota in that lane tried to swerve but sideswiped the Nissan. A GMC behind the Toyota then T-boned the Nissan. The man in the Nissan suffered serious life-threatening injuries. The GMC driver was also seriously hurt.
This morning, all of North Dakota's wildfires are now fully contained, so that's some good news for you. The Bear Den fire, which is just north of Mandaree, is now 100% contained. It had been 85% contained for days now before just this morning. The fire has burned a total of 13,500 acres, Meantime, the Elkhorn fire near Medora is still burning just a little bit, but it is fully contained right now. It scorched 11,000 acres of land out there. In total, wildfires have burned well over 100,000 acres in western North Dakota just this month. And now, despite the progress of getting the fires contained, it's still not safe to burn things pretty much in most of North Dakota. Much of the state under some type of burn restriction still. That also goes for a lot of Minnesota too.
Right now, we're working to get more information about a shooting that happened over the weekend near the Evergreen Meadows Park in Moorhead. This is what we know so far. It happened Saturday afternoon, right around 1 o'clock. Police say luckily no one was hit by the gunfire. They have identified a suspect, but they have not recovered the gun. Moorhead Police, the Clay County Sheriff's Office, and the Metro Street Crimes Unit are all involved, all investigating this shooting. Stick with the news leader for updates.
All right, today on Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, lots to talk about. The Lynx lose the WNBA Finals. The World Series is now set, Dodgers versus the Yankees. The Vikings lost their first game of the season on Sunday. And what does the rest of the season look like for the Bison after a big win on Saturday? Hot Mic is live from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and on Inform.com.
Remember, now is the time to get that Inform.com subscription. It's your all-access pass to all these news, weather, sports, headlines. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. It's a great deal. Go to Inform.com/subscribe to check it out.
And join us the rest of the day for our newscasts as well. Our next one's at 11, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back with First News tomorrow morning from 5 to 7.
Have a great day, everyone.